Hello, Hayden Merrill here with Nanaimo Hearing Clinic's weekly soundbite. Today I have a little hearing hack that I want to touch on, or a little trick for making communication work better. But before I get to it, I'm down here in the Royal Canadian Marine Search and Rescue Station where I'm a volunteer member, and I'm on one of my favorite, it's not mine, but the toys that I get to work on with the other members here. And one of the things they train on, of the many things we train on, one of the things is something called closed loop communication. Here's how it works. See this seat behind me, this station with these multiple screens? That's what we call the navigation station. And the person there is responsible to guide this vessel in reduced visibility if it's foggy and dark, raining, storming, to guide the vessel through the use of charts and radar to keep it in safe water and help us get to the destination that we need to get to quickly. So they have to communicate to the driver or the helm over here where the steering wheel is. And when they go to do that, they'll call out that person by position or name and give them the instructions. They'll say something like helm, port 30, and that simply means to turn to the left 30 degrees. And then the job of the helm is to respond by saying something like Roger, port 30. And that's closing the loop of communication. It lets the navigator know that they got the message properly, they understood it, and they're taking the appropriate action. This principle of closed loop communication is practiced all over this vessel and between all the different positions. Why is this so important? Well, keeping the boat in safe water is a life and death matter, first of all. Why does it work? Well, for a few reasons. One, we get each other's attention. We call each other by name or position. Secondly, we're all on the same planet, as I like to say. We're all doing the same activity. Our minds are in a similar frame of mind. We're all going in the same direction. And then, of course, it obviously works because those loops of communication are closed, meaning by practicing that, we're sure that each other is getting the appropriate message properly. Now you might say, isn't that way too cumbersome, though, to practice in real life, around the house and with people we care and love? Well, yes and no. Yes, it is a little bit cumbersome to practice on an ongoing basis, but some of the principles could be very, very helpful in a day-to-day environment. Things like getting each other's attention, calling each other by name, and this is the one I love, being on the same planet. How often do we call each other from different rooms and different zones? And we think we're mind readers because we've lived together for 30, 40, 50 years, but we're not. In fact, the longer we live together, the more familiar we are with each other. So actually, sometimes the less in tune we are. We're in our own little mental worlds. We're all walking around with this whole package of thoughts, unlike when we're here on this vessel, focused on one activity. So it's critical in our day-to-day lives that we practice some of these principles and get each other's attention, really try to be in the same planet, and sometimes close the loop of communication, repeat back what we've heard. The bottom line is there are no easy shortcuts when it comes to good, effective communication. So I really challenge us. We can't be perfect all the time, but just remember these principles and apply them a little bit more some of the time. Hope that helps. Have a great day.